On this episode of GKB, Electra and I are going to be talking about the full moon in December. We're also going to be digging into some astrology. We're also going to be talking about some manifestation techniques. And we are going to be doing a special Christmas taste test. Electra, welcome back to the show. It's always great to have you.
Always an honor to be here. It's always fun.
I'm acting like you haven't been here like a million times already.
I know.
which we'll get into at the end of the show. I wanna put something out. I want to put something out there, a special announcement at the end of the show. But let's get going right now with the December full moon. Tell me all about it. This is the cold moon, and it's going to be on December 15th.
Yes, in Gemini, which is funny. Well, of course, it's always like that. Every season you're in, the full moon is the opposite. So when we're in Capricorn season, the full moon will be in Cancer. And, like in Cancer season, it was Capricorn. But the cold moon in Gemini is definitely a time for, I wouldn't say reflection more, but more of socializing and connecting with others for sure, because Gemini is a Mercury ruled planet, which is a communicative planet. So as you know, when the Mercury is in retrograde and all that stuff, Mercury orbits backwards, which kind of hinders the communication of people within the world that, have to experience it and all that stuff. So, during this time, it's kind of like, I would say that communication would be amplified in a way almost. Like you're being shown to communicate and connect with others around you more, to be more spontaneous with your ideas, to be more outgoing, a lot of socializing, but also don't overthink, because Gemini's, the energy of Gemini is very easy to overthink. And as you all know, within the full moon energy, it's like, it can be a lot for some people, especially those who are people who have lunar placements like Cancer in their chart and things like that. Those are the people who get affected the most by the full moon. So I feel like if you feel as though you are connected to the moons generally and the full moon, to just be wise and, I would say, careful about what you're thinking about so that you don't overthink in general. Because, it's only a short amount of time, but there are periods where you could feel like shadow period, the post period of the energy of the moon. So it's very important to be very mindful. But I mean, it will definitely be a fun time. I do believe.
Yeah, because you supposedly feel the energy of the moon like a little bit before and a little bit after, right? It's not always on the exact day.
Yeah, usually like during the time when the full moon is actually out, it's usually when it's more, like it's more shown and things like that. But you can feel before and after.
Right.
Good.
So this one's going to be more about socializing and overthinking, kind of.
I would say being careful with overthinking, yes. And oh my God, every time like we're on this podcast, he has to come on.
There's the cat.
Yes, he like knows, bro. He's a Virgo, so he has a Mercury is well ruled. So Virgos as well can be affected by the
even the cats. Watch the cats now.
I know. He's yapper. Like he's really a yapper.
Always meowing.
But yes, always meowing. But besides that,
it looks like he's having a good time.
Yeah, he's like getting comfy as hell.
Hell yeah.
Okay, there we go. Anyway. But yes, that's like the tea for the full. I feel like it's definitely going to be like a funner time in general. I mean, in the way that Sagittarius and Gemini are both fun ruled planets anyway, or zodiacs and things like that. They're very lively. So I feel like during this time as well, it would be a good time to do adventurous things. I think like going out and going to the beach, I feel going to the park, just doing things that pique your interest would also be, I feel, more delightful than other times for sure.
Well, too bad for people like me on the East Coast. There's no beach or park for us. We're gonna maybe the park. You can go to park. Yeah, you can go to the beach though. I think you'll be able to do it. Yeah,
I can't.
This full moon doesn't sound as crazy as the last one. The last one sounded a little more tumultuous. It was about like fighting and arguing, which I was doing a lot of that. I can tell you that right now.
That one was the Aries full moon. That was back in October.
Yeah.
I know what you're talking about though. The last one was Taurus. So that one.
Oh no, we didn't do the last one, right? We did the one in October. Yeah, we didn't do the last one. I was thinking of the one in October. That one was
more, yes.
Yeah. That's right. Sure. So this one sounds a little lighter, a little more fun.
Yes, definitely more fun. I would for sure say. I think it's just about, I feel like just being open-minded, because Geminis are very open-minded, They expand. They're very open to knowledge,
Okay.
learning. They love to learn.
So we're gonna be hanging out on this one. We're just gonna be chilling out. We're gonna be hanging, but don't
100%.
overthink and do some
Exactly. Just
adventurous things.
yep, that's right.
Sounds good. Sounds
Yep.
like we're not in too bad of shape on this one.
No, we good.
Sounds
Always.
like this one's not gonna be too much of a mess because it'd be getting messy on some of them.
I'm
Maybe
crying. Some of them do. I've
maybe
heard
exes coming
stories.
back and this and that, all kind of crazy stuff.
You already
Let's get
know.
into some astrology. Let's talk about birth charts, okay? I'm a
Okay.
little interested in the
Mhm.
Lilith placement in the birth chart. Can you tell me about that?
Yeah, absolutely. It's so funny. I haven't been doing research on Lilith, but like things about it come up to me. But Lilith is like the planet. It's not a planet. It's an I believe it's an asteroid. I want to be sure. I'm gonna look it up really fast. But it's basically it's a part of your birth chart that tells you more about it's kind of like hidden desires, more of the secretive things about you, like the darker side of you. It's
Dark
not
side.
necessarily a bad thing or anything like that, not anything where it's like you're secretly a terrible person. It's more of like, how do I say this?
Like
Kind of somebody who, depending on your Lilith placement, you would understand the more taboo sides of that specific placement, depending on, again, what your planet is under Lilith. But let me see. Okay, yeah, I know it's in the birth chart, but I'm trying to see if it's a an asteroid. I don't think it is
you
though.
got asteroids in the
But oh,
birth
here
chart
it is.
too?
It is. It's a large asteroid. Sorry.
You got asteroids in the birth chart too? Oh,
Yes,
it
yes.
goes
And those
deep. It
tell you
goes deep.
different shit, bro. There's so many things. Like I love doing
Wow.
asteroid research on certain things. Like you can only look it up, I feel, with the certain it's like a calculator online, but it's like an extended part and you have to put in the numbers of the asteroid and then it'll pop up in your birth chart and then you'll see like more information on it. So yeah,
Really? So you got to dig
yes,
deep
it's
on
so
this one.
cool. What'd you
You
say?
got to dig deep on this one.
Exactly. But Lilith is it's a more like it is an asteroid, but it's more relevant, not relevant. It's more no acknowledged, I feel, than other asteroids.
Right.
But with Lilith, for example, let me give you an example. Okay, so let's say that you're Lilith in the eighth house. That is a placement that, well, for one, Lilith was, I believe, envied over, like the actual woman who was named Lilith, that um, she was someone that people kind of like sought after and things like that, and she remained hidden. And I feel like if you have Lilith in the eighth house, or in Scorpio, which is also ruled by the eighth house. They're both linked. Scorpio's the eighth house is Scorpio, but they play out differently. But anyway, okay, so in that case, you would probably be somebody who knows the hidden things about sex and anger, for example, or like you might be somebody who gives off a very like sexual energy, even though you're not even trying. And I feel like to be affected in the way that people actually pick up on it is if they are not in tune with their own Lilith energy, for one, and for two, if they have some sort of synastry aspect, like some sort of, how do I say it, like your charts combine in a certain way where that person would want to know more about your Lilith. Because not everyone, like not everyone taps into that about other people,
Yeah.
about their placement. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like mine is in the 12th house, which is so me, of course, bro. It's like spiritual, hidden, occult shit, like all this secretive shit. But it's not secretive, it's like psychic stuff. Like that's what mine
So your
covers.
Lilith is in like psychic, mystical stuff.
Basic mine is,
Yeah,
yes, which
yours.
is so
So that's
crazy.
something
Like
you
it,
have the
wow.
knowledge of, obviously.
Yes,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
exactly.
Okay, okay.
For example, if you're a Lilith in the first house, that's self-expression, that's self-appearance, that's your ego. So in that case, it might be somebody who has dealt with maybe being very envied because they're so beautiful.
Or
Like things like
maybe you're like
that.
very vain if that's
Yeah,
in
you could
your
be very vain, yes, or people think you are and you're not, because Lilith is
yeah.
also a projection. So people project onto those placements depending on what it is. So in my case, I think like a 12th house Lilith could be projected where somebody thinks like, "Oh, I channeled a spirit and you're telling me something that the spirit didn't tell me, so you're wrong." Like for example, you know what I'm
They're
saying? Like
putting
they
it on
project
you.
onto me their
Yeah, yeah,
psychic
yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What would be the
So it,
benefit you think of somebody knowing theirs? Because I didn't know about this. I just happened to stumble upon this. You had gave me the birth chart reading before, but obviously, like you said,
mhm.
this wasn't in it because this is like deeper down.
Yeah, it is. I would say that the benefit is just knowing more about yourself in terms of your, what's it called? in terms of your hidden aspects, I think it's more of a subconscious thing. Like if you want to look into your subconscious energies and to see where other people have treated you perhaps in a specific way because of that placement, I think that that would be beneficial to like look into that
Okay.
stuff, but it's definitely not a necessity. Like you don't need to know that.
Okay.
But I think it does help for those who look it up. When they figure it out, they're like, "Oh my God, that makes so much sense," things like
Okay.
that.
Could we look
Very
mine
hidden.
up?
Yeah, I could look it up. Well, actually, let me see if I can hold on. Let me see if I can open another tab thing. Oh my God. Holy shit.
Uh-oh.
Sorry, look at your Lilith, bro. Do you get projected on like crazy?
I don't what like how like people try to tell me about myself?
Yeah, like kind
Sometimes,
of.
sometimes girls will usually do it.
Okay, and you're Pisces moon, so it makes sense. But bro, your Lilith is aspecting all of your main planets and your ascendant and midheaven. Damn.
What is
Okay, so
that?
you have a lot to overcome it's in Gemini in the 10th house at 0 degrees. So you definitely have some karma retributed. What is it
Oh
in this
Lord.
lifetime? Oh my God, you've probably have been through hell with your career low key, low key,
Yeah.
low key in the public eye. And not even just that, you might also be somebody who you can't even like think straight with your ideas. Sometimes it's almost like, oh my God, I want to do this and I want to do that and I want to do this and that, but what the fuck
Uh-huh.
is best? Like that kind of energy, or like almost like what will help you be the most successful in
Yeah,
your
yeah,
career.
yeah, yep, yep.
And so this lifetime, I feel like I don't know why I intuitively feel like this lifetime is about you learning about your hard work ethic. I feel like I see responsibility. I think in this lifetime you had to learn to be responsible in a way that you haven't been before. I kind of
Definitely.
feel like, I'm sorry to say this, but I kind of feel like in a past life you were like, I see like kind of lazy. Like I see that you were just
Oh,
kind of
I
like
bet.
whatever,
I
what the fuck.
bet. I bet.
Yeah, like, what'd you say?
I bet.
I, That's literally, bro. It's because I saw like kind of like slouching, like I
Hell
saw the word
yeah.
irrelevant, so it's probably like you thought like it's irrelevant, like whatever. And I also see kind of ignorant, lazy, just whatever. But it's not to say you're a bad
Mm-hmm.
person. It's just like
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it's immaturity. Like you probably were kind of immature in the last life, but I kind of feel like you also knew better, but you chose not to do like that kind of stuff. You were just like, whatever, I don't give a fuck. But in this lifetime, you're being called to, I see like to keep your spontaneous ideas so that you can make, I see like be rich from it. I saw like be rich, make rich. So I believe that your business ideas, no, and that's funny too. Like your podcast is so random. You feel me? Everything that you post is
Definitely.
extremely random, and you do random things. And I feel like that's something that it actually helps a lot with your image and what you bring to the public eye, especially because your Lilith is in the 10th house. So you've definitely have had to overcome, I wouldn't say problems, but kind of like hidden feelings about working hard. You probably have felt like, in the past, like, oh, I don't fucking want to do this low key. Like it's almost like what you used to tell me that you had a problem with consistency. I feel like that's very,
Still.
like,
Yeah.
exactly. And it's like you're being called to, I feel like almost make it fun for you, like spontaneously fun. If you feel like there's something that you can do differently one day, then just do it. Like when you traveled to Salem, that was really fun. You feel me? And that was something that it's random and it's adventurous, but it helps with your work ethic and it makes you motivated to keep working, you
Yeah.
know? So it's almost like in this lifetime you're meant to I would say take responsibility over your karma regarding your hard work and to really go in on your work and keep it as fun as possible so that you can always have a good time because that 0 degree is always a karmic degree. Like that is the brand new degree. It's basically when it's like you plop on earth and then it's like, all right, dude, you got to start over. Like that's what you're being called to do at this time. And yeah, you have it's aspecting so many planets, so it wouldn't shock me if in the future, God forbid, I honestly feel you might have a little fear of success, but I was gonna say that God forbid anyone is jealous of you and of your successes, that you do not let them fucking project onto you and make you think that you're crazy or that you shouldn't do something. I kind of feel like almost like a stealing idea thing. Like that's kind of what it feels like to me. Like someone talks you out of doing something that you were gonna do and then they do it instead, even though
Oh.
they told you not to. I'm not saying that would happen, but that's like the energy I feel. So just be careful of who you confide in, um, with your business and your ideas for sure. That's like Lilith. It's kind of like keeping that interpersonal for yourself. It's for you only. And then just doing your business, but not letting anyone like don't let anyone in your way and don't talk yourself out of something that you feel is a good idea, even if others disagree.
Yeah.
Like be strong about your business.
I've usually never let anybody talk me out of anything, but it's funny you say that, the consistency and making things fun, because that's the only reason this podcast is the only thing I've done 200 and whatever of. I've in anything else I've never been, even if I loved it, I was
Mhm.
never consistent in anything. This podcast
Right.
is the first time I was consistent in anything in my life, pretty much ever.
Good.
And
I'm
I
so
think it's
happy to hear.
because it's so random, like you said. Like if I had to do the same show or the same type of show every episode, there's no way.
You
There's
would
no
be bored out of your
there's
mind.
no
You would
way this would
have.
have lasted. Absolutely not. The episode before this is nothing like this one, and the one after this is going to be nothing like this one. Sometimes we go through a little time where they're like very similar, but the show's always going through changes and different seasons and stuff, and
Yes.
that's the only reason I'm able to do it. If I had
Mm.
to talk about the same thing every day, I'd blow my head off. There's
Oh no, you
no
couldn't.
way.
It's
And
not for
I
you.
respect people that can do that. I'm not saying it's a
Mhm.
bad thing. I respect people that can go on and talk about the same topic every single time. I'm like, that takes a lot of effort for me to do that. There's no
I totally.
way I'd be able to do that just because my brain doesn't work that way. It would
Mhm.
become, I get bored doing this sometimes, and I'm like, I'm already random as I could be pretty much. Like
Mhm.
I mess with the episode times and formats and everything just so the audience is also not bored. You know what I mean? So
Yes.
it's funny you
That
say
is
that
very,
because that's totally true.
that's so cool. I love that that reflected.
But other
Just
than
be
that,
careful with
I'm
it,
not
which I'm
consistent
sure
with
you will
nothing.
be.
I'm not consistent with anything pretty much.
Nah,
And
let it be
you
now.
can ask the women. That usually gets me in big trouble.
I'm glad.
Big
Capricorn.
trouble.
I would say like definitely being again projected on within your career, also with your ideas. And I
Okay.
feel like even with communication and things like that, to make sure that your communication, I feel like is not shadowed is what I see. Almost like don't let people talk over you. That's what I feel. Like don't let people take away from your point and talk over you and try to bring you down. Because I feel like you have to keep an eye open for those who might be envious of you, even if it's a hard pill to swallow. You know what I'm saying? Like even if there's like best friends close to you who you've known your entire life, if you feel something's off or weird, don't give them the benefit of the doubt. I feel like it could hinder your growth in your career and with connections, but I feel like it's not going to happen, but you know what I mean? Like if you were to allow that to get in the way. So definitely be careful, just be careful about your ideas, your business ideas especially how you show yourself out to the world in a what's it called in like your business aspect like I stated. I believe that your Lilith is square your midheaven, which is actually, oh no, it's conjunct, so I guess I would say that your weird ideas definitely do help your career. They can probably get you not into trouble sometimes, but they can, some things are more popular than others,
Yeah.
but it's entirely up to how you use that. You know what I'm saying? Like what you take and use from that.
Is there any part of the birth chart that's not like mainstream talked about, that's generally talked about, that you think people should be looking into a little deeper or that you
Yes, I
found
think
fun?
you're part of not part of fortune. You're North Node. I think North Node is something that some people talk about nowadays, but North Node is underrated in the way that it literally tells you the kind of person that you're supposed to be in your lifetime. So everyone, I don't know how many years it is, but I know that for example, like those born in my year all have a Cancer North Node like me. So it's like I believe it's like a year thing or every few years or something. No, I think it's like every 2 years. I can't remember. I should probably look it up. But basically, when you look at your North Node, it tells you the kind of person that you should be. So, cancers are known to be very empathetic, sensitive, caregivers, things like that. And I feel like I embody that very well for myself. But that's like, it's not to say that you need to be like that, but to embrace yourself in that aspect more. You know what I'm saying? So, even for yourself, like pay attention to your North Node. I'll look at it right now.
Yeah, what's
And
mine?
your North Node is in Scorpio. So try to be more, I would say, be more private, be more willing to help people. I feel like those who maybe have gone through like something that was, I wouldn't say sexually disappointing, but like if someone has been through some sort of maybe, I don't want to say abuse either. I guess like something there that you can help them with when it comes to like their intimacy, perhaps, like things like that. Then, you could be somebody to help out with that. You would definitely be somebody who would be good at keeping secrets for people. And I think that you doing that
Definitely.
would be Yeah, that you doing
Definitely.
that would for sure be like an act of service for you.
Oh yeah, people tell me all kind of shit. I don't say nothing. I don't know nothing. I don't know
Exactly.
nothing.
So good, you're already doing your part.
Yeah. So the North Node, that's the one that people should be looking into more.
I think so for sure. I like
Cool.
it.
Cool. So
Yeah.
I've been hearing a lot about this, and I'm sure you know, I'm sure you got some vast knowledge in this. What is lucky girl syndrome?
Oh my God, LOL, it's funny that you say that. Lucky girl syndrome, it's like a thing that people came up with. I think it was like a year ago or two.
Yeah.
Basically what the manifestation girlies are calling themselves, to basically or like saying that they have in the way that they manifest everything that they want. And they're like a lucky girl because of it, and it's like a syndrome, lucky girl syndrome. I get everything I want.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
feel like it's a good like self-concept thing. I definitely think it's really empowering for those who need, I feel like a confidence boost. If it's not easy for somebody to say, I'm confident and I love it, because some people they don't like they can say that, but they don't really feel it. And I understand that. But the point I feel is to like eventually feel as powerful as you're saying that you feel. So I think with lucky girl syndrome, if you say I have lucky girl syndrome, of course I get everything I want. I feel like that's a huge motivator and almost like a raise on your self-esteem. So yeah, I think that lucky girl syndrome is that bitch.
So it's pretty much an affirmation essentially,
Yeah,
but it's like an
yeah,
all encompassing affirmation. Like I'm just
exactly.
lucky with
Exactly.
everything and blah blah blah. Instead
Yeah.
of doing like five affirmations, you could just do one. Just basically saying I'm
Yeah,
lucky.
exactly. Whatever is best for you, like most comfortable for you.
Yeah, it's funny you say about a year ago, because that's when I feel like I started seeing it or hearing about it. Was like a
Like
year
gorgeous,
ago.
gorgeous girls or whatever. Yeah.
That I never heard of. Yeah, I heard of the Lucky Girls though. I saw like articles written about it and stuff, and I meant to ask you about it like a while ago. So it's
That's
just
funny.
basically like an affirmation that you tell yourself.
Exactly.
Have
Yes.
you seen people like people that are into that? They kind of
Honestly, not in person, like really, because I don't really even say that myself. I just feel like I just have that shit like down pat, whatever. But I love to see it with other people online. Like I love to see when people are saying things like that, because that's essentially what I want to see. I want to see more like confident people,
because you don't really
truly.
do manifestation techniques that much anymore, right? I remember you said. I feel like you said that on one of our other shows.
Yeah, I don't, oh, for myself, yeah, no,
Yeah,
I don't like write on a piece of paper 5 times or anything. Like I just say I have something and then I literally have it. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? It just manifests like
You don't
that.
put too much effort into the manifestation part of it anymore. You just
Yeah, I
kind of
don't want
trigger it
to.
and
I
then
just
that's it.
Sorry?
You just kind of trigger it and that's it. And you let it
Yeah,
happen.
I just stand on business. That's it.
But you did a video recently about another method that I thought was pretty interesting. You want to talk about that one?
Yeah, the interview yourself
Yeah,
method.
yeah.
Yeah, so the interview yourself method is basically like a method. Well, it's funny. The reason I know about it is because someone stated that on Twitter or X, whatever. And I remember that when I saw that, I was like, oh my gosh. I was like, I used to do this all the freaking time, but I used to do it differently. I didn't realize, like, when I posted the video, right before I posted it, I was like, wait a minute. I think this person was saying, like, for a job interview almost, but I didn't take it that way. Like, the way I had done it in the past was always visualizing myself in front of like a live audience being freaking interviewed, because that's what would give me the most confidence. I wouldn't imagine me in some job seeker in a freaking room. Like I wouldn't see it like that, because it felt again more empowering the other way. But basically what the interview is, you sit down with somebody, like you visualize it, or you can say it out loud, whatever's best for you, but you visualize this person asking you questions about your desires and what did it take for you to manifest it? How does it feel now that you have it? Shit like that. And I just would answer the questions with my heart. You feel me? It's not even like you have to put in effort, because once you start answering the questions, it just flows. You know what I'm saying? You just start to get into it. And that's exactly what I would do. So I would just answer the question that I would hear this person say to me, and I would go in on the question or go in on my answer as though I was actually giving information to a live audience about it. Like I wanted to help people. So that was like my own personal way, but you can do it any way that you want. Again, if you want to do like the job interview thing, you're in a room with somebody, that's totally fine. Or if you want to do it in that form, like in front of a live audience or a camera, you could do whatever you want. But yeah, it's definitely very cool and it helps a lot, I feel.
That is cool. It's very interesting. That one I haven't heard of. One that always comes to mind that I heard for a long time, I think like even Tony Robbins used to talk about it when I got into him. I don't know if you're familiar with him, but Tony Robbins is like, the OG,
Yeah.
like, self-help guy. And
Yeah.
one thing he'd always say from day one, I'm pretty sure it was him, but I've heard it a bunch of times, is picturing your perfect day. And this has been said by many other people, is like
I've heard of-
picturing like your perfect day and what you would want your day to be like if you had your optimal life, or if you had that goal that you wanted. Like, what would your day be like? Every time I hear about it, I'll do it. I'll think about like, what would my life be like if I had it exactly my way, if I had that goal that I wanted? I think it's a really good exercise to do. And it really hit me the other day when I started thinking about it, because this came up to me that maybe I could extend this to other people and it can help them a little bit. It's, if you picture that day, right? You picture yourself in that mode of having what you want. Like, let's say my perfect day would be X, Y, and Z. So when I did this the other day, I got out of it and I was like, what the fuck is stopping me from doing half of that right now? Right? And it isn't, and the thing that really got to me is it doesn't have to be in the exact way that you're picturing it right there. Okay? Because as I mentioned, Tony Robbins talks about taking massive action. And that's always that's always good. But sometimes you can't do that. Sometimes you can't afford to take massive action, be it energetically, you have kids, or you have you got bills and this kind of stuff. So you can't take massive action in the way you want. But you can do literally the bare minimum, and you can do the littlest amount possible. And that struck me when I came out of doing that the last time. I was like, why the fuck am I not doing this right now, or doing like any of that right now? I could be doing 10 minutes of that today, right now, but I'm not. So I started to do it. I'm not going to really divulge into what my goals are. I usually don't do that. And you already told me not to do that. So I have a couple of goals that I wanted and usually I do go after them, but there was like 2 or 3 that I was just kind of stalling on. And something in me was like, why are you not trying at all right now? Like, if this is part of your perfect day, if you really wanted it, you would be doing it. So I literally just started doing it, and I started to do it like, 5 minutes here, 10 minutes here. And I think this is really good information for anybody, because sometimes you just don't even think about it. Sometimes you just chalk it up to, well, that's if I had that much time in the future, or if I had this much money. And it's like, yeah, it would be optimal, but if you started right now, you never know what that could snowball into, the results that could be. You know what I mean? Exactly. Let's say you want, if I had it my way, I would be drawing 6 hours a day, and I'd be selling my drawings, and I'd be an illustrator. Okay, well, you can't, because you work at a bowling alley or some shit, and you have 2 kids. But what if you have 10 minutes to draw? When you don't have to do an exceptional drawing that you're coloring it in and it has to be this masterpiece. You could do a 10-minute sketch and then post it on Instagram every day for 10 minutes. And it's not like I'm telling you to do something you don't really want to do, because if this is something you love, doing it 10 minutes is better than doing it 0 minutes. If this is something you really love to do, doing it for 30 minutes. If you do something for 30 minutes every day, every other day, by the end of the month, you're going to be way farther than you were if you didn't do it at all. And the same thing for working out. Like, if you think that 10 minutes of working out isn't going to do anything, you have not worked out. Because I had wrestling coaches that made 10 minutes feel like a year. It was horrible. So if you really are thinking that you can't get anywhere with the 5-10 minutes you have, you're kind of bugging. And it's either you just aren't aware, or you don't want it that bad. And it's fine if you don't want it that bad. But when I came out of that state of me thinking about it, I was like, if I really wanted that, I'd be doing that shit right now. I have a free hour right now. And if I'm not doing that, I'm doing myself a disservice, and I should stop thinking about how that would be part of my perfect day. Obviously not, bitch, because you're not doing it right now when you could be. You know what I mean? That. So you're right. Massive action is super important, and I've taken it before, but micro action is really important. And there's another book out there called Atomic Habits that talks about it. And it's basically saying what I said about snowballing. You take a little bit action here, a little bit action there, and at the end of the week, at the end of the month, of the year, you're going to be like, holy shit, I did not think this was possible. I didn't think I could be this far along. And you don't know what results can happen. Who's going to see you? Who's going to notice you and be like, I want you to work with me, or what kind of gains you may acquire along the way. So as you go into the new year, this is something I think you should really be thinking about, the listener, I'm saying, if you really want to do something, because you may have 5 minutes, but you don't know what that 5 minutes is capable of. You don't know what you're able to do. If you want to make YouTube videos, I'll only make YouTube videos if I could do a 3-hour video. Well, maybe you can't, but maybe you can work all week on a 15-minute video, and that can help you for when you're able to make your 3-hour video 5 years from now. If you really love it, you'll be able to do it for those 10 minutes and love it, and you'll be patient enough to wait for the bigger results and for the more time later on. So that's just something I thought I'd share with everybody as we go into the new year.
That. And you're entirely right. Like everything that you're saying is correct. I mean, definitely. I think that it's really important to, put in effort somewhere for anything. One of the biggest things that I don't like, especially as a Capricorn, and I'm sure you can relate, is are complainers. People who, it's not even like complainers in general, people who have like a right to complain about certain things. I'm talking about people who, it's just like, bro, stand up. Like, you feel me? Even the people who have a right to complain, there's always a positive way out of something, always. Because I don't complain in my life. I'm not a complainer at all. You will never hear me saying, oh no, blah, blah. Like the only time I think I ever complain, if I ever do, is if I'm driving and someone doesn't put on a blinker. I'm just like, bro, like put on your fucking blinker. That's it. But besides that, it's like there's nothing to complain about because everything ends up working out somehow in your highest favor. Even when you feel like a victim of your reality, it's like you have to choose to stand up and to see things from a different perspective in the way that everything in this life is meant to help you, not harm you. I know that some people really do feel like this world is out to get them, but I promise you it's literally not. The only person who's out to get you is yourself if you see it that way, but there's always a way out of the little things that you think you can't do or whatever. You can absolutely do it. You just have to do it,
Right. And like you're saying, I've had conversations with people for years. They'd be like, oh, I wish I could do that, or I really want to do this. And I would sit there and I'd be like, what if you did that and then you did this? And they'd be like, no, I just don't want to do that. So I'd be like, then you actually don't want to do it. You're telling me you want to make YouTube videos, and I just gave you like 3 ideas on how to do that mad easy. And you're just like, I don't want, so you're just telling me you don't want to do it. So it's obviously not that important. You know what I mean? Like, so just don't, do you actually want to do it? It's fine if you don't, but I wouldn't go around saying it. Don't put that in your perfect day when you have all the time right now to do it and you're not doing it. You know what I mean? So that's just a little something I wanted to share.
That's golden. I love that you said that, and it's definitely going to help inspire people who are listening.
Hope so. Let's get into some Christmas snacks, some Christmas candies. Right now, we got 4 pieces of candy here. Not all these are Christmassy, but most of them are. So the first thing we're gonna go through is we got the holiday mint M&Ms. I think that's gonna be great because I love mint chocolate. We also got the holiday toasty holiday peanut M&Ms. Oh my God, these I'm also looking for. As soon as I saw those, I grabbed those up. Then we got the sugar cookie Reese's Big Cup. I've never had one of these big cups, but we will today. And then we have the chocolate lava Big Cup. This is the one I'm a little more iffy about. I'm not sure how this is going to be. I like some chocolate lava, but I don't know. This might be a little too much for me. Which one would you like to start with, Electra?
Let's do the M&Ms first.
Let's start with the toasty peanut. Are you a peanut girl?
Honestly, not really. I don't mind it though. Like, it's
I'm so disrespectful. I should have asked you because maybe you have a peanut allergy. I didn't even know.
Oh shit! Imagine. No, it's fine. LOL, it's funny. Nah, you're good. We can start with the peanut one.
Okay, let's do the toasty peanut. Here we go. Peanut M&Ms are my favorite candy probably right now.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you told me that before.
Oh man.
Yeah, you like it?
Oh yeah. That extra toastiness is coming in hard right now.
It is good.
I love it.
You could definitely taste the difference.
It's a great, I was wondering how toasty it was gonna be. What was the ratio gonna be like? how high were they going to turn up the toastiness? And I feel like they really did a good job.
It's like a regular peanut one, but with like an extra taste.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what I was hoping for. I was hoping it wasn't going to be too dull. Because sometimes it's just not enough. I forgot what candy, I think you and I had it, that it was just like, they didn't really turn it up a little bit too much on this aspect that they promised. But I feel like this is perfect. This is definitely a 5 out of 5 for me.
I do 4.5 out of 5. I like it better than the regular peanut ones.
I can see that. So you think the peanuts are like a 4 or like a 3? What do you think?
I would say like a 3.5 to 4.
Wow, that's insane. That's crazy, dude.
Isn't it?
Yeah, these are great. These are great.
These I've had in New York City when I was little. I went to the new M&M factory.
The mint one? Really? I never had these. These aren't new?
No, not even these.
Oh, okay.
At the M&M factory. Have you been there?
No, I haven't been.
Oh my god. It's like a huge wall. I'm gonna look it up right now.
You mean the M&M store in Times Square? That's what you're talking about? Oh, okay. I was about to say the M&M factory. No, yeah, I've been there. Yeah. I've been there.
Okay.
You said the M&M factory. Yeah. I was like, I don't know where that is. That might be in Hershey Park or something.
My favorite ones, like this. It's like
yeah. Okay, yeah.
My favorite M&Ms are the small ones.
The tiny ones.
Yes, they're so freaking cool. Like I can't.
So you've had the mint ones before.
Yes, because of that. Okay. Yeah.
I don't never have. And these are holiday mint, so they may be a little different.
Yeah, they might be. Let's see.
I love mint chocolate. Oh yeah.
But yeah, these are bigger.
Oh these are man, these are great. All I gotta do is, I'm putting these in the freezer after this.
These are them. Put them in your hot chocolate, bro.
Oh, that sounds nice. Yeah, these are just like peppermint patties, like little peppermint patties.
They do. I love Yorks.
You know what? I'm glad you said that because every time I bring them up, everybody goes, "Oh, you're disgusting. What are you, crazy? Those are gross." I'm like, what?
Yorks are the fucking. I'm sorry, excuse me.
They're amazing. They're amazing.
You and me always agree.
Pretty much. I gotta look back and see how many candies we didn't agree on. I feel like very seldom.
What'd you say?
I feel like it's very rare that you and I go, we don't agree on a candy.
Yeah. Do you like candy corn?
Love it. It's the best.
Okay.
And that's another one everybody hates.
Everyone hates it.
There was something else that we liked that everybody hated too. There was a couple things. Dude, you know what? Maybe it was a drink.
Was it like the cinnamon that I know was that green beetle juice? Remember?
Oh, it was that. Yes, everybody hated the Beetlejuice, and you and I loved it. Dude, I was recommending that to everybody. They came back, this is gross. You're crazy. I was like, bitch, y'all gross. We know what we're talking about. We know what we're talking about. You know what else happened? We watched that movie, The Deliverance, right?
Yeah.
We loved it. I told my friends to watch it. They all hated it. They got bad reviews online.
They hated it.
They hated the movie. It got bad reviews online. I don't know. You and I, we're off, but we're on.
Underdogs, bro. That's why.
That's it. We're on the same wavelength, but we're off it with the rest of the world.
Yeah, right? Whatever they got going on.
They wildin'. All right. So let's do the Reese's Sugar Cookie Big Cup. I'm not excited about this because I feel like this might be too much for me.
I'm so excited.
Really?
Yes, I love this stuff, bro.
You've had the Big Cup before?
Yes, I have.
Oh no, this is like too much.
Oh, are you kidding me?
So you're a big peanut butter girl.
And actually, I'm not. I'm like a milk chocolate caramel girl.
Okay.
I don't. It's so funny. You remember? Oh my god! I can't believe we're doing this right now. Do you remember when you gave me the rest bag of your this?
Yeah. I gave you the Reese's, the rest of the bag, right?
I finished them today when I was skating today, and I was eating them.
Yeah,
isn't it so crazy?
I gave you the ones for Halloween. Yeah, I told you I was gonna give you the rest of the ones for Halloween. The werewolf cups.
Yes.
Yeah. Those were great. The werewolf cups were great. Now that I said everybody's gonna get, they sucked. You guys are
Yeah.
bugging. Those are whack.
Yes.
All right, let's
All
try
right.
this.
All right.
Oh man, this is a mouthful.
You don't like it?
Yeah, I don't like how big this is. I don't know. This is too much peanut butter. Like, this is too much candy in one bite. And I don't think I'd be able to finish this. Maybe, but I don't think I'd be able. This is like too rich. That's the word I'm looking for. It's too heavy. It's too heavy, but it tastes good. The little bit I got, I usually don't like sugar cookie, but I do enjoy like a crunchy aspect to my chocolate. So the crunchy with the chocolate, with the peanut butter, this is really good. If this was in like a regular size cup, I would probably love it.
Yeah, you're right. But for me, I'm totally full with it.
You know, the size is good for you. Not too heavy.
Nope. Absolutely not. It never is. Chocolate's always good for me. Always.
I feel like a baby eating this. Like, this is too big.
You're like not feeling it.
No, like, yeah. Look how much filling is in there. It's ridiculous.
Oh my god, yeah. So chunky as hell.
This is way too much. Like 2 bites and I'm done. But it
Great,
tastes
man.
good. And now, for the one I'm really iffy about, the chocolate lava big cup. I feel like you're gonna fuck with this.
I probably will. Let's see.
I do like chocolate lava. That's a big fave of mine.
Okay, let's see it then.
But it looks like it's not inside. It's like on the outside, I guess. I don't think it's on the inside.
I don't see it on the outside.
That's what I just thought too, because it looks like it's poured on the outside on the case, on the wrapper.
Yeah. Let me see.
Oh, it's like in the bottom.
Okay.
Oh, you see it? Ooh. Oh my god. I don't know about that. That is too rich for me. Oh
No,
my
it's
God.
good. I like it.
I don't know how you can finish that. I don't know how somebody can finish that. That is too much. It's not the worst, but
Damn, that was good.
you like that? The lava aspect is good. The lava aspect is good. It's exactly like I'm saying with the last one. It's just way too much filling. It's too big. If this was a different size, I would love it.
That's what she said.
That's what she said. It's too big for me.
That's so funny.
Too big.
Pisces mood ass shit. Just kidding. I'm just kidding.
I'm overwhelmed as usual. The Pisces are overwhelmed.
Oh my god, the Pisces are always overwhelmed. No, that was good though. It was good. I'm gonna finish it.
You are?
Yeah, right now.
I would send you mine if mine wasn't already bitten. I'm throwing mine
Shit.
out.
I low-key could say I don't even care. I'm just kidding. I low-key like
Send it to you right in the mail. If already bitten.
or
Dude.
this is so
I'm a big fan of the M&Ms though. I'm putting the peppermint right in the freezer. Those are great. The peppermint's another 5 out of 5. I don't think I rated it. I'm not even gonna rate the other ones. It's just whatever. I would not eat them again. I would eat like the littlest slice. You ever seen that thing in Hershey Park? They let you make your own Reese's Big Cup, but it's like it's huge. It's like a massive pie. It's like it's like 8 inches long, 10 inches long. It's way bigger than this shit right here. Okay, it's massive. I don't know who's eating that. And you can fill it up with M&Ms, chips, pretzels. That thing looks like an abomination. I would never, ever eat that.
chips is crazy. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you can put anything in there. It's huge. It's like the size of like a pie.
I honestly
Gross.
Where's that? Where's that?
At Hershey Park.
Oh, in Pennsylvania?
Yeah. I think they have pop-up shops. They were doing pop-up shops around. I think they may have brought it to New York too at one point. It went viral at a time, like last year or something like that. But
That's
you can
crazy.
still get it at
I heard
Hershey
of that.
Park. I saw the people online and I was just judging every one of them. I was like, you're gross, you're gross, you're gross, you're gross.
And you're good.
Yeah,
Bro, you know
because-
what you remind me of? That guy from what is that effing movie, bruh? It's a guy who's like, fuck you,
I don't know.
fuck you, you're cool.
Oh,
I'm out. Do you know what I'm talking
I'm
about?
blanking on it too, but I know what you mean.
I'm gonna look it up right now. But yeah, anyway,
I've seen that. I've seen that, but I don't know. Maybe I've seen the meme or something.
yeah, you definitely have. Oh, it's Half Baked. Yeah, it's a
Yeah,
high
yeah,
movie. That's
yeah,
what
yeah, 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 yeah. Okay, of course.
people smoke and shit.
That's a
Funny.
classic. That's a
Yeah.
classic movie.
Mhm. Like,
Absolutely. Speaking of
definitely.
classics, all the episodes you and I do are absolute classics on the
I
show. I
know.
always love them. And
So
as I was telling you before we got on the air, we've done over 12 hours of podcast together. Okay. We've done
what?
a lot, hours upon hours of content. And in honor of your birthday, which is this
Oh,
month,
stop.
in
That's so
December
sweet.
26th, right? That's your birthday.
Yeah, that is.
So
Thank
make
you for
sure you
remembering.
wish your happy birthday on the day.
Oh, that's so
Okay.
sweet.
On the
I'm flattered.
channel, I'm going to be putting out an Electrasoul podcast compilation. 11 hours of Electrasoul podcast. And I had put this together months ago. So there's podcasts that came after it that are not even in the compilation. So you're going to have to wait till for part 2 for those. But there's a lot in there. You don't even worry about it. You don't even need to worry about the ones that just came. You got over 11 hours of podcast with Electrasoul and I from day one, from the first one we ever did together. It's going to be coming out sometime this month around her birthday, around Christmas. I'm not sure the exact day yet. Maybe we'll just put it out on your birthday. Maybe we'll put out, let's put it out on your birthday, December 26th. Everybody get ready. It's going to be out on December 26th, the Electrasoul podcast compilation. It's going to be great. You can clean to it. Maybe you could put it on for you go to sleep or study. I don't know what you want to do with it, but why? You'll get the watch time up there for sure.
That is so, bro. Listen, like, I'm not trying to get all sappy on here, but that is like that is such a sweet, kind thing. Thank you. Like, just the fact that, for one, of course, us. I feel like we get better every podcast, which I love. But two, like the fact that you're doing it in honor of my birthday is like the kindest
That's
thing
right.
ever. So thank you for that. That's so sweet, and I can't wait to see it myself because you already know I'm gonna have that on my playlist, podcast and interviews playlist.
Of
Oh,
course, you're welcome. Of course. So there you go. Hopefully you guys enjoy that. Maybe go get the little candies here and let us know what you're probably gonna tell us. Oh, they suck. You guys are lame. You guys don't know what you're talking about. You guys don't
fudge
know those candies were ass. Blah blah blah.
they're nice.
And get ready for the compilation. Enjoy the holiday season. We got a lot more coming up. Peace and love. See you next time.